A common pattern has emerged in major award show performances. A typically clean-cut pop star takes the stage, only for the lighting to shift into a sharp, blood-red aesthetic featuring overt ritualistic imagery. Industry commentators categorize these moments as a calculated attempt to stir controversy and generate viral engagement. They present demonic motifs as a shallow marketing tactic used to provoke a reaction. However, these recurring symbols trace back to a specific business model coded into the industry by mid-century occultists who viewed entertainment as a vehicle for mass ritual. To understand why these themes are persistent, we must look past red carpets and examine the dream factory as a mechanism for psychological suggestion. The underlying philosophy stems from Aleister Crowley and his doctrine of thelema. His central tenet, "Do what thou wilt," became a quiet guiding principle for several key figures who helped shape the early Hollywood power structure. This esoteric influence reached the screen through filmmakers like Kenneth Anger. Anger treated the camera as a ritual tool, believing flickering light could bypass the conscious mind to plant ideas directly into a viewer's subconscious. Anger integrated ritual robes, pentagrams, and blood symbolism into his projects, establishing a visual vocabulary that persists in modern production design. During this same era, rocket scientist Jack Parsons was conducting the Babylon working rituals in the California desert. Parsons was a dedicated occultist who attempted to bridge the gap between physical reality and the spirit realm. While Parsons was pioneering rocket propulsion at JPL, he became convinced that Los Angeles was the ideal geographic anchor to project these esoteric concepts into the global culture. The techniques pioneered by these men, using film as a vessel for subconscious suggestion, were gradually adopted by the growing studio system, moving from niche rituals into the standard mechanics of mass entertainment. Maintaining this system requires leverage. The industry often utilizes compromat, compromising evidence gathered during high-stakes, traumatic initiations to ensure talent follows the script even after they achieve global fame. Alleged accounts of these vetting processes have surfaced over the years. A widely discussed early career video of a young Angelina Jolie, for instance, appears to show her describing a dark ceremony involving bindings and physical trials. After this vetting, stars are often signaled to perform public coming-out rituals. Figures who once maintained innocent images suddenly pivot, adopting the specific demonic iconography associated with the entities their handlers serve. When talent appears to glitch or suffer a breakdown during an interview, researchers point to the failure of trauma-based conditioning. These public fractures suggest a breakdown in the mind control programming used to manage industry assets. Within this framework, a star with an active conscience is viewed as a liability. High-level access is granted only to those who have participated in events that would end their careers if ever made public. This blueprint also dictates how the public is managed. The industry employs sigil magic, using specific aesthetics to talk directly to the viewer's lizard brain while bypassing their logical defenses. This conditioning begins in childhood. By embedding occult shapes into animated features, the industry associates these symbols with feelings of safety and joy, preparing the audience to accept them in more aggressive contexts later. Take the all-seeing eye on the dollar bill. When a pop star repeatedly uses the one eye sign, they signal a visible mark of protection by the elite cabal. This system also utilizes predictive programming. Broadcasting a disaster in a fictional movie before executing it in reality desensitizes the public, reducing resistance. By flooding the media landscape with these motifs, the industry desensitizes the public, making once forbidden occult concepts feel familiar, accessible, and eventually unremarkable. The visible industry is managed by figures like Marina Abramovich, whose performances often mirror high-level rituals designed to normalize the agendas of the global elite. This leads to the most harrowing aspect of the blueprint, the alleged blood harvest. Theories suggest the elite extract a substance called adrenochrome from traumatized innocents, consuming it for spiritual energy and life extension. While the chemical extraction theories remain difficult to verify, the logistical infrastructure for exploitation is documented. Flight logs for private jets, like Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express, place industry icons and political leaders in direct proximity to trafficking nodes. These systemic abuses are shielded by the ultra-wealthy, occurring within protected estates and private islands far removed from the public eye. The glitz we see on screen is a carefully maintained facade. Behind it, the Hollywood machine functions as an engine fueled by human exploitation. However, breaking character carries a severe risk. Industry insiders like Anne Hetch, who attempt to expose the inner workings of this system, often face sudden, suspicious career endings or fatal accidents. Researchers warn of a great reckoning, where the cabal intentionally allows information to leak. This creates a state of global fear and confusion, potentially leading society to demand a stricter system of order and control. We counter this by claiming spiritual sovereignty. The icons of Hollywood only exert the power we grant them through our attention and energetic investment. Sovereignty is claimed through the focus of our attention. By opting out of media cycles built on fear and lust, we deprive the machine of the energy it requires to maintain the illusion. It is time to look away and see the dream factory for what it actually is.